Testing, testing, testing. Okay, we're gonna wait for some people to come in. Welcome, everyone. Today we're gonna be talking about this right here on the screen. Uh, Tell me if you guys can hear me okay. I don't think my stats are updating. Okay. So we're gonna be talking about this. I gotta move that and do that. Okay. So this here, I'm not sure if you know about it. It's going to, one second. So this here is going to launch on Monday. So let me pull this up online and we'll read through it. Boom and boom. Okay. So this here is the upcoming flight test, and it's going to be in the third week of April, which is next week. And let's pull this up right here. And it's going to most likely be on Monday, 4/17, with backup opportunities that actually extended. It was um, it was the 18th through the 19th, but now it's the 18th through the 22nd, which is good because that includes Saturday also. So we'll have a good opportunity to see this. It's happening in Texas. So there's an actual diagram here of what's going to happen. And we've actually seen, well, here's just a picture right here. And it's going to happen next week. And we've actually seen that they set up the live stream already. But we're going to be talking about why it got destacked today, when we can expect a restack, and what's going to happen during the launch, and everything in between there. So, and the main topic of this video, the FAA launch license, which is expected to happen today, according to multiple sources, and here, yeah, multiple sources say they're likely to receive the Starship Super Heavy launch license from the FAA today. And that means Monday is a very good opportunity. The only thing that would not make it seem Monday is that on April 17th, there's a possible closure through the on Highway 4, which is the highway next to it. And in the document, the legal document, it says on its planned non-flight testing activities on April 17th. And these two contradict each other. But they could always cancel like they've done with these. And in that case, I think we would be okay for a launch then. And we destacked here. You'll see right here, the ship 24 has destacked from booster 7 to arm the flight termination system, and in the event of an anomaly, I'm not sure if it's manual or automatic. Here, there's a better video of it. This flight termination system gets enabled, and it explodes. It's an explosive device and it destroys the ship and booster. I think it's armed in the booster already though, and the reason they have to destack to arm it is because they can't access that high. This is the tallest rocket ever made and the tallest launch tower, but even still they can't reach it. So they have destacked, and I think it was 2 days ago, we actually got the plans during the countdown, a nominal countdown, a nominal, yeah, we'll do that, nominal countdown, and a nominal flight test timeline in a best case scenario. Um, and oh, it's not on my screen. Okay. And it says completion of the milestones below are not required for successful flight, but each milestone completed will certainly make for an exciting test. All times are approximate. So at 55 seconds, which is a little early, we have the max Q, or the moment of peak mechanical stress on the rocket. And it's the maximum aerodynamic pressure, and this varies for many different rockets. Like with Falcon 9, it's around a minute and 15 seconds, and it has to do with many other factors on what moment this is after liftoff. Starship has a lot of engines. It's going to leave the tower fast. It's going to accelerate much faster, and it has to do with the inclination. There's many other factors, but it's going to happen earlier with Starship. Then at 2 minutes and 49 seconds, actually, I think we should go through the countdown first, because that's in the order of it's of how it's gonna happen. One sec. Okay. So at T minus 2 hours, they're going to do a go no go poll, in which if the majority of votes are for a go, they start propellant load onto the rocket, and this is surprisingly soon compared to a rocket like SLS. If you remember, November 15th, SLS lifted off last year. They would start propellant load up to like 7 or 8 hours before. I remember them going very, very slow with the propellant load, and because there were leaky tanks and they had to go extra slow, the leaky propellant lines also. This is much newer, so I'm guessing the tanks can withstand the faster load. And then the booster liquid oxygen load starts at after that go no go poll, and at the same time the liquid methane for the Methylox engine is underway, the fuel load. And then what's surprising is only what's that? 17 minutes later, the ship methane starts, and then the ship liquid oxygen starts. And I know that liquid oxygen load is a bit faster than liquid methane load. So, and they can't connect the booster locks and the ship locks at the same time. I mean, they can't connect the booster methane and then the ship methane at the same time. So I don't know why it's in that order. I feel like it should be reversed, the ship locks and then the ship methane. Anyway, and then there's a big gap in the time from an hour and 17 minutes to 16 minutes, where the Raptor engine chill begins, and this thermally conditions the Raptor engines so there's no boiling off of the oxygen or the methane when it's running through the fuel lines, and so during liftoff or the Raptor start sequence, there's no air bubbles, and that could end disastrously. And then in 40 seconds, they skip a little here, because what we're going to see is like the vent down sequence at 40. But before then, you're going to see a flight computer startup and conversion to internal power, and that is going to in the event that a scrub happens after then, there's going to be a recycle most likely because they have to recharge the batteries, I think. Um, and then at 40 seconds, there's going to be a fluid interfaces begin their vent down sequence. So that's just going to be the final vents before liftoff. And then uh, around 40 to 30 seconds, there's going to be the launch director confirming go for launch. At T minus 8 seconds, the Raptor startup sequence begins. And at 0 seconds, of course, excitement guaranteed. But what's a little strange about this, and what's a little scary, is at 8 seconds, the Raptor startup sequence begins. That means possibly the OLM clamps, orbital launch mount clamps, are going to be holding this thing down for 8 seconds, which is scary because 8 seconds is a lot of time to damage stage 0 equipment. Yeah, and to build, yeah, and the 31 engine static fire test was only for less than 5 seconds, and that was at 40% throttle, where this is going to be at 90% throttle. So there's a lot to hope goes correct here, but we're going to be hopeful. Here, I'll try to move this out of the way. Group, there we go. I think I'll keep it like that. It looks a lot better. So here we have the super heavy engine start, the launch, the ascent, the stage separation, which is going to be Bumiko. Since first stage is the booster, super heavy booster 7. It's going to be called booster main engine cutoff Bumiko, which is a little weird. And then what it's going to do, stage separation is a little weird. We'll talk about that once we're done. It's going to do a flip maneuver and a boost back burn Biko, and it is going to land propulsively, a propulsive vertical landing in the Gulf of Mexico. And it's not going to be catched by the arms, as expected on the first attempt, and it says that here, for the first flight test, the team will not attempt a vertical landing of Starship or a catch of the Super Heavy booster, and it's going to do a water landing in the Gulf of Mexico. Starship, after stage separation, is going to ignite, I believe like 7 seconds after, or about there. It's going to cut off, it's going to coast, it's going to enter, and if all goes correctly, it's going to belly flop in the Pacific Ocean off of Hawaii and not attempt a vertical landing, as I read earlier. They want to expend the Starship. They do not have room for it. They do not have means to recover a 100-foot tall rocket in the Pacific Ocean. It's too difficult. They just want to expend it and possibly enable the FTS, flight termination system, before it hits the ground, or it will just belly flop into the ocean and break apart into pieces. And then, okay, so stage separation, we'll talk about that. So stage separation is a little tricky because there's no explosive charges separating the two. It's going to be used, inertia is going to be used to separate the two, which in the vacuum of space is a little hard to do, because basically what's going to happen is the hold down clamps, there's only clamps that separate the stage 2 and stage 1, and those clamps are going to separate, and the inertia from the booster's propulsion is going to push the Starship forward. And then what's going to happen is the Starship engines are going to light and push it away from the booster. And then the booster is going to reorient itself using the flip maneuver and then do the boost back burn. But it's a weird separation process, and not we're not sure if it's going to work out correctly as intended. And then Starship entry, no one actually, correction, the space shuttle did use these tiles, but like what's I forgot what space shuttle it was, but one of them broke apart on reentry. So these are not all that reliable. We're going to see how reliable they are on Starship entry, but there is a, I'd say 25% chance that this thing breaks apart on entry. Uh, but still, that's a success. Um, it's going to get expended anyway, but uh, if it gets past stage separation, most people would consider that a success. Let's go through the flight test timeline. I already did the Bamiko. Stage separation is at 2 minutes and 52 seconds. So right 3 seconds after the booster engine cutoff is stage separation. They want to keep that as close to booster and main engine cutoff as possible. Just enough time to confirm that because they are using the inertia from the propulsion. And 5 seconds after that is the Starship ignition, giving it enough time to separate from the booster, so it doesn't the plume doesn't damage the booster. And then it's 14 seconds after that. The boost back burn is going to start up after the cold event, the cold and the cold gas thrusters do the flip maneuver. It's going to start up, and then a whole minute after that, almost, the boost back burn is going to shut down. So it's a pretty long boost back burn, but that's going to slow it down in the opposite direction, so it does land in the Gulf of Mexico, if everything goes normally. That's combining normal and nominally, by the way. And then booster is transonic at 7 minutes and 32 seconds. So it's going to have a very long descent phase. Not very long. It's pretty normal to like Falcon 9. I remember like it takes about 3 minutes for Falcon 9 to do the entry burn from stage separation, but interestingly, Booster 7 does not have a entry burn. It's meant to withstand the the max Q altogether again, kinda, on re-entry. And so there's no entry burn, there's only a landing burn, and that will be in the Gulf of Mexico. So at 7 minutes and 32 seconds, it's transonic. And then 8 seconds after that, the landing burn startup, which is pretty close to it being transonic. But and then that landing burn is a very, very long landing burn. It's Falcon 9 landing burn is welcome BB Place. The Falcon 9 landing burn is about let's say 8 seconds at the maximum. This landing burn is 23 seconds, which is kind of insane. Then going back to Starship, from Starship ignition, 2 minutes and 57. So it's about a 7-minute Starship burn. And that would be longer if an engine goes out. Have you seen I have not seen that BB Place. Is it good? I'll look it up after. Murder drones. I'll check it out. And then 7-minute Starship burn. Okay, I'll check it out, yeah, because we're gonna need stuff to do. Yeah, you can send it in the chat. So 7-minute Starship burn, and it's not an orbital burn. It's going to get into like a it's suborbital. It's not. It's meant to crash back around Hawaii. It's not an orbital. It's hard to explain. It's called an It was called an orbital flight test. Now it's called an integrated flight test. I'm calling it a suborbital integrated flight test. There's more technical stuff, but I don't know much about the orbit. I hear they're trying to get into like a pedigree orbit, I don't know much about that though. Uh, but it's not a full orbit, so it's suborbital. And and then I think this is an hour. I was expecting like a day, but apparently it's going to take like 50 minutes to orbit. I'm not sure about that, but I think it's going to enter. It's going to make a complete orbit and enter in 50 minutes later, and then after that, in 10 minutes after entry, it's going to be transonic, and then 2 minutes after that, it's going to splash down in the near Hawaii and break apart into pieces and die and be expended and not recovered. Hopefully no one's in the area at that time. There is notices out there, but I would not want to be out there. If I did not know about this, that would be terrible. So there's more stuff. Like we saw a live stream get posted, uh, but it was taken down. But it's most likely going to happen on 420, I think, Thursday. And but they're gonna. It looks like they're trying for Monday. Because oh, I forgot to show here. It's on launches. It says April 17th, the flight test. That is not a lie. So, launch net no earlier than April 17th. Okay, I'll check that out in a bit. Thanks, BB Plays. And the FAA license is expected today, which is a good step. And, they're going to likely restack Ship 24 here. We'll get back on the camera, see if anything's new. Where is it? Boom. So they're going to restack the ship either Saturday or Sunday, I'm guessing, because they need to do it very close to the launch because the flight termination system has batteries and they have to replace those or charge them back up if the launch gets delayed too much. So, Transporter 7 is happening today. I wonder what time that is. 13 hours at 2:30 a.m. So that's actually tomorrow. So, okay, April 18th. Okay. So, here is some more pictures. One sec here. And here. And so they were targeting a wet dress rehearsal this week, but they tweeted that teams are focused on launch readiness ahead of Starship's first integrated flight test as soon as next week, pending regulatory approval, which we think will happen today. So no launch rehearsal this week. That doesn't say that there won't be next week. And if they scrub during a launch attempt, that will be a free it's a Roblox platformer. Nice. I'll send the link. I'll play that. So yeah, a launch attempt that gets scrubbed is a free wet dress rehearsal. And my question is are they going to use the water deluge system for the launch? I've seen they've been moving pipes everywhere, but I don't know if they fully dug it out yet, installed the pipes. I've seen them moving around tanks, not pipes, but and Falcon Heavy is launching on Tuesday, so that timing is pretty insane. It was two super heavy launches. Right next to each other. And there was more. What were we let me look through here. There was some more stuff. So apparently they already did the static fire test. Oh yeah, complete targeting Tuesday. Okay. Here it is, right here. They have the flame diverter at KSC, so you don't see much of that orange plume, and it's directed in all one direction. Where? So, there's a lot of questions and stuff we don't know about timeline on the test, and if they're going to attempt certain stuff, what they're going to do, what they aren't going to do, like how many engines before it auto aborts, and those 2 engines that we didn't see working on the 33 engine static fire test. We'll pull that up, the 33 engine static fire test. One sec. I'll watch episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, well, I need to think. So if we pull up the 31 engine static fire, here it is. So there was 2 engines not working, still enough to reach orbit, but is that enough to lift off without the flight computer auto aborting? And another question, is the flight computer even used for static fire test? I'm not sure if it's all manual or it's automatic, but that is the, we need sound. One sec. I'm going to get drowned out in a second by the sound, but this is the 31 engine static fire test. Oh, for some reason my sound is not working. There we go. That should work now. That did not sound right. I think I know what's wrong. Okay, I will look out for details. Here we go. Chrome audio. Monitor off. There we go. That sounds right. So since then, we can obviously see cladding on the launch mount, and hopefully it's going to be a lot better for the launch mount. But they didn't have 2 engines there, and I think if they were using the flight computer, that would have auto-aborted, but they did mention they turned one engine off manually, and the other engine didn't fire. So I don't know if it's on internal power during static fire tests. Now, there was a recent video that they posted, Starship mission to Mars, and it's a repost of an animation, but it fixed some stuff. But it's pretty cool, because Starship is gonna eventually be the vehicle that will take us to Mars. The next Mars window opens up in 2026, and we're gonna do some cargo missions there, and then I think in and the robot phase of Mars exploration, where the robots set up the habitats for humans, and then the next window opens up sometime in like 2030. I'm not sure. 2028. I think it might be 2028. I don't know if it's every 2 years or 4 years. It might be 2 years. What else is there to talk about before we Okay. Another question is there going to be anything in the payload hatch while it launches? Did they stuff something in there? Because it is welded shut, but we saw some people working in it a bit ago, and it's like them to put something in there. So, what was it, yesterday? Or the day before we saw something? No, it was April 11th, and it's 13th today. So it was 2 days ago we saw them take off the ship disconnect and destack it. And all the while, they've been fueling liquid oxygen and LN2, liquid nitrogen, in the suborbital tank farm, which is not the tank farm for the orbital launch mount, but they use it as like storage, I think. And they haven't done methane yet, to my knowledge. So they might be doing a wet dress rehearsal again, because we don't know if those closures are going to be used for a wet dress rehearsal or an actual launch. But on the website, it does say April 17th. Yeah, I think that might be all that we have right now. But let me refresh this. The time frame is from 1200 Zulu to 1505. EU sending stuff to Jupiter's moons. Nice. Yeah, the moons of Jupiter and Saturn are of great interest, specifically Titan and what's the other one? Titan and one other one. Europa? I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, there's two planets that not planets, moons. That one has ice, is covered with ice, and the other one, I don't know. They both feature water, even if it's frozen. One of them has its water is made out of liquid methane, which doesn't seem that hospitable, but that could be suitable for life, and it can be used for rocket fuel because newer rockets use liquid methane as fuel. So that's interesting. And wow, these are going to happen so close to each other. It's going to be great. So I don't know. Maybe we can expect a launch license issued today, and even if it is issued today, I I don't know if we will know about it today. Um, Weather does look good for Monday, and but a lot of people will be at work and school, so I don't know if it's necessarily favorable. Uh, and even if they attempt Monday, they will likely have multiple scrubs. That's what people say. I think they will do a first attempt because during static fire attempts and wet dress rehearsals, they've never really scrubbed due to mechanical or technical issues. It's been to weather and stuff like that. Titan is the largest moon in the solar system, having an atmosphere as if it was a planet. Yeah, I read that Titan is actually bigger than Mercury, which is kind of insane. So if it did not share the orbit of, I don't know, is it Jupiter or Saturn? I forgot which one. It would be a planet technically, if it orbited the sun. Yeah, it has some water. Um, hmm. So I think we should do a little demonstration really quick, and then we'll watch some of the stuff that uh BB Play suggested. And the atmosphere is oxygen like Earth's. That's nice. So what I'm gonna do is let's do that. Let's do that. I don't know what is wrong with it. Something is not working properly. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. So, this is Starbase Simulator. And this, I will kind of demonstrate what we're going to see during the launch, as if everything will go nominally. So first thing we'll see is the raising of the catcher. You see that's already happened right here. The catcher has been raised. Next thing you will see happen is the QD connections, although they will already be connected for pressurization. So these are actually already attached. So you're going to see these attached. And this is the quick disconnect. QD stands for quick disconnect. Next thing you will see is the spuling up and venting of the tank farm, the orbital tank farm. And we're going to send liquid nitrogen into the tank farm. And I have to do that. And you're going to next, once we hit an optimal level of liquid nitrogen in there so it doesn't freeze the methane, we're going to start the oxygen and the methane. We're going to connect it to the corresponding QDs. And usually methane starts before, oxygen starts before methane. And then methane will start soon afterward. And once these are fueled up, we have launch mount clamps connected, correct? We're going to do we're going to arm the FTS. Awesome. We're going to now liquid oxygen load on the booster has stopped, so we're going to start liquid oxygen load on the Starship. We're going to do a vent down on the booster, and to do that, and once liquid methane load stops on the booster, we're going to do a load on the Starship. And we are almost done. Oh shoot, I think it's about to explode. Okay, we just okay, the pressure went a little too high there. You don't want to do that. And now we can start liquid methane load here. We're gonna do a vent down sequence there. And once the liquid methane load stops, actually we're gonna do Raptor chill right now. And then we will switch to automatic venting before launch. Okay, liquid methane load is almost done. In 3, 2, 1, we're done. We are going to switch to automatic venting. We are going to undo the launch mount clamps. We're going to disconnect the booster quick disconnect. We are going to retract the umbilical for the ship disconnect. We're going to pull the arm away. We're going to stop the tank farm. We are going to, I think we're ready. We are ready. We're going to change the time of day so it looks cooler. We are going to change that. Actually, I like sparse. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff. Now around 10,000 feet. Sorry, that sound is really loud. Around 10,000 feet, we're going to throttle down for max Q, or else we will explode. But until then, I think we're good. Throttling down for max Q. Perfect. We're going to hold this to about 25,000 feet, or until the sound of the engines kind of disappear to notify us that we're in a vacuum. Throttle up. Awesome. And what's going to happen in a few seconds is we're going to do Bamiko booster main engine cutoff and stage separation and Starship engine startup. So let's prep that. I think it's already prepped. Okay. Actually, no, that has to be at 100% throttle. Okay, we're going to have booster main engine cutoff right now. Booster main engine cutoff, Starship engine startup, and using inertia, stage separation, as described earlier. And then we're going to, that's going to, the ship is going to go into orbit. And the booster, we're going to initiate a landing. I gotta prep this, do that, open arms, do that, do that, and do this, and do this. And we're going to attempt a catch. It might not be successful. Now, I don't know if you saw, I cut the engines a little too quickly. But we did get a successful catch. And there we go. Successful catch. Stabilizers engage. Lower the rails. Center that. Boom. That was a clean catch. And amazing. Yeah. So that's kind of what you can expect. We're going to do this now and put it back on the launch mount. And then we're going to attempt a landing on Starship. Starship landings are much harder though, and I don't think I will be able to do it. Now you have to get down there to see if the aligning is correct, but we can. Let's go a little faster. Okay. Awesome. Let's get those clamps ready. Okay. And amazing, with the booster is backwards. Wait, no. Where's the quick disconnect? Yep, it is backwards. That's great. Uh, let's see if it still thinks we can connect it. Nah, it doesn't think we connected it. Okay. We're going to open the arms now. Oh shoot, we're tipping. Yeah. Yeah, those clamps weren't really connected, were they? Okay, well then. Okay, we're gonna stop with that. We are going to. Okay. I'm gonna watch some of the stuff that was suggested. And
New and existing customers
boom.
can choose the phone they want, like the incredible iPhone 14 on us.
Not to brag, but I'm on Verizon now. And I got to choose the phone I wanted for free.
Not that you're bragging.
Actually, what we're gonna do right now is play the game that was suggested. Here we go. Roblox. Roblox. Where is it? Boom. Give it a sec. Boom. We're going to take the ticker off. Do that. Doom, doom. And we're back to normal. Okay. This feels very similar to the RB Battle's final battle for some reason. I don't know why. Can we go up here? No, we can't. Okay. Ooh, I can fly. That's actually really cool. Can I fly my way through here? No. How did I get in here? Oh, I thought that was glass. So I can't do that. I can go up here though. But what's up here? Nothing. Is it kind of like a mystery platformer? Because I do not know what to do. Upgrade failed. Insufficient fuel. Okay. So, oh, hi BB Place. What do I have to do? I do not know. Okay. Okay, cool. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Controls. How to crouch, C, how to dive, X, how to roll, X. Wait, both of them are X? Oh, while in the air, while on the ground. Okay. Unlock doors. Okay. Complete the objective. Okay, this looks like a cool game. So we gotta collect we gotta collect these things. Drumsticks. Yeah, talk to this guy. Okay. I can run on water. Okay. What? Okay, I like this game. I just like the controls. The controls are really good. So I'm at 27. You made your own game studio? Nice. I'd love to join. Contact me on Discord. I know I never respond, but I was making a Doors style game, and it was going pretty well. A roleplay game. Okay. You can tell me what type on Discord. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go off stream now. Yeah, I'm gonna go off stream. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.